This is gonna be it, man. A few more of these in this place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've had like multiple iterations of this podcast.
In this place?
Yeah,
Like layouts and stuff?
Yeah.
For sure.
like downstairs.
Downstairs, dude.
Downstairs for a little while.
With the macrame and picture Lisa on the wall.
Yeah. And then what did we do? We also like messing around with that setup downstairs.
We messed around with that a little bit. Then we got up here, but right in the corner.
Yeah, we had that. And then we also had it like against the wall at some point with the big ass TV.
Oh yeah, the huge TV.
And I was like, no, this is way too big.
Yeah.
And then this has probably been the best one so far.
This has been the best one by far.
Yeah.
100%.
Other than having to squeeze through on our side because, we're not the star of the...
With only one leg, too. You did that for a long time with one leg. I have a lot of gas, guys. I'm sorry about that.
That is fucking gross.
Well, you did this. You did this to me.
This is not gross,
so I'm
going
to do that to you.
This is not gross. This is the fucking best.
Well, it depends on your definition of gross, I guess.
It's the best.
You ready for this?
All right. And welcome back to Anime Shmanime, where Jordy is tonguing the clapper.
And it's oddly fitting.
Yeah.
Today.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that for any episode.
No.
Wouldn't do that for just any episode.
No.
Oh my God.
Also,
guys.
tonguing the clapper. There's something in there.
Oh, man.
oh,
What do you mean
100%.
there's something in there?
Yeah.
Everything in there.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
Yeah.
if you have watched our Monster Musume episode, buckle in, because this is going to be next level. Because I made these guys watch fucking Prison School.
Yeah.
And holy shit, I fucking love this fucking
mean-
anime.
Porn school.
Yeah.
It is not porn school. It is not.
Prison porn.
No. Hentai is porn. Hentai is porn.
Hold on, I got
it. Wait.
Porn's in school.
Let me ask you a
Porn
question.
school.
Let me ask you a question.
Pseudo porn school.
What was Baby Blue 2 porn?
Baby Blue?
Was Red Shoe Diaries porn?
Those were, dude.
Is that
Yeah.
porn?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Also porn.
Yep.
No. This is not. This
Yeah.
is not porn.
There is no
there's-
difference between this and softcore pornography.
because softcore pornography, they actually have sex.
Not
There's
true.
no sex in here.
It's not necessarily
Oh,
true.
like there's scenes where they have sex?
Yeah.
They don't actually go in.
Yeah. They don't go in. I mean, they get really close.
They act as if they're going in.
Yeah. Also, your fucking farts stink.
Yeah, you're welcome. Also,
here's
there
the
was he did kind of go in that one time.
did.
No.
Yeah.
Not, it was between the thighs, and it was not. It was
the
not
deal.
intercourse.
Here's the deal. If I was watching Baby Blue 2
Yeah.
or Red Shoe Diaries or
Yeah.
something that is, it's softcore porn because they have sex in it, of course. But
Yeah.
say there was just an episode of that randomly where it was a wet T-shirt contest.
Yeah.
Or where somebody, for whatever reason, pulled their underwear up so tight into
Yeah.
the crevice of their genitals
Yeah.
that it might as well have not been there at all.
Yeah.
If those types of things were happening, even though nobody was having intercourse per se,
Yeah.
Right.
I would still feel like I was watching softcore porn.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think to get at the heart of this for me, okay,
Yeah.
is that intent is everything here. And I think that this show was created with the intention to make people want to masturbate.
Yeah.
To react the same way they would react if they were watching full-blown hentai. They can just do so and discuss this with their friends
Yeah.
without being a complete and total fucking weirdo about it.
right?
right?
No.
Because that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's the purpose it serves,
Yeah.
and that's why I don't like watching it. Not to
Okay.
say that I don't like watching pornography, but if I want to do that, I'm going to go watch full-blown,
Actual
intended,
porn.
actual pornography.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying nothing against animated stuff. I'm not drawing that distinction. I'm drawing the distinction between like stuff that labels itself porn and stuff that tries to label itself a comedy series. When for all intents and purposes,
Yeah.
it's porn with some repeat gags.
Yeah.
No. No. Okay.
Softcore porn.
No.
Softcore porn with repeat gags.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It doesn't even have jokes. It just
No.
has gags.
That
The
was my
gags
number
are-
one.
Okay, number fucking one is and this is great. The gags are funny. You go
The
shut
first
up.
time.
I feel like I wish
Okay.
they had jokes that didn't rely on the nudity in the porn.
Yeah,
If
but
they had jokes that were just funny jokes as well,
dude,
that would have been
this
good.
is not meant for that. This is.
I know it's
yeah.
meant,
What's it
for
meant for?
porn.
It is not meant for porn either. It is a well balanced and well orchestrated.
Balance.
Interesting.
Yeah, well balanced, well orchestrated slapstick comedy with, what would you say? Absurd,
Titties and labia.
Absurd titties and labia, and Greek mythology. And so,
Yeah.
I want to know what you
Look.
think this is balancing. Like,
This-
what are the different aspects of this that are actually in
Because
balance
okay,
here?
Okay.
we have this much softcore porn.
yeah.
What other element do you have that comes this high?
Okay, so first
think
of all,
the comedy?
the comedy.
Reaches the heights of the titties.
Yes,
you think the character development?
No,
is like-
I didn't. Listen. Okay, we're gonna get into the character development in a second. Okay, let me qualify here.
Yeah.
Look,
All right.
this is intended to be an edgelord of edgelords, the lords of edge, right? Where you have the balance between absurd amount of ridiculous, kind of ecchi,
Yeah.
borderline hentai, like probably off the border but still hanging on by a thread hentai, and slapstick comedy. The slapstick comedy was great where they kind of meshed them together because the entire fucking thing is meant to be ridiculous and absurd. It's not trying to be anything else other than absurd.
It is trying really hard to be horny.
Well, okay,
Really hard.
yeah, but that's the ecchi part of it, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole point of being ecchi, right? And of course, and also character designs were great as far as the art goes.
I
Now-
think you're right in their intent.
Yeah.
Their intent was to do what you just said.
Yeah.
I don't think that they were successful in balancing the things that you just said.
I
They
don't
should have
think
been trying to
so.
balance. I don't think that the comedic slapstick elements were strong enough to balance out all of the porn.
Dude, I fucking laughed so hard at this.
I did the first time the guy was like, fuck.
Yeah,
That was
Joe,
funny.
That was great.
The first time they did it,
Yeah.
not the 8th time they did it.
They didn't really do it 8 times. They did it like maybe 4.
Okay, I'm being hyperbolic, but you know what I'm saying. It was the same gag. How many times is she gonna sit on the guy's fucking face to
that was
fucking
great.
to suffocate him,
Yeah.
right? And this ties into the whole other aspect of things where it's like this show was made for and appeals to
Yeah.
the kinds of guys
Yeah.
who would happily walk a day in the shoes of the guys in the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's all the guys that are actually looking at big head, small face, fat fuck, who I hate.
Why is his face so small?
I just hate looking at him, man.
He's actually designed a little bit like Buddha.
His
What's
fucking-
going on with his ears?
That's the Buddha ears.
It's-
that's what Buddha's ears look
It's
like.
off-putting.
I hate him.
Yeah.
Anyways, I can call him fat fuck because I'm a fat fuck, just for the record.
There you go. I can call him small face because
Small face.
my face is small.
No, it's not. You guys both have regular faces.
Anyways, either
Yeah.
way, like I just feel like you have to like be willing to like be one of those guys who gets off on being dominated, on being very if your sexual proclivities lead you to being sub, for example. Holy shit, is this up your alley? It's going to be your fucking wet dream. Those are not my leanings. I found basically zero joy out of watching this show.
Yeah.
Aside from like the first few times that certain gags would happen, it would
Yeah.
make me chuckle, and then but that was it.
I'm gonna
The
go as
most
far.
you got was a chuckle, and then every
Yeah, same.
single subsequent time they did the gag afterwards, I was rolling my fucking eyes.
Well, because it was so like predictable. Like everything they were doing, including the comedy, was not catching me by surprise.
No, it's not supposed to though.
Also, the
That's
first time-
thing. You guys are
Dude,
looking at this as
no,
like,
hold on.
supposed to be like super like the literature of like.
No,
no,
man.
no,
I want to
balance.
laugh.
and I want balance. Listen,
Yeah.
look, dude, the first time when I switched over, by the way, this is available in both uncensored and censored
Yeah.
versions.
Yeah.
Crunchyroll, of course, has it censored, so all your lens flares and all of your strategic censoring is going to go on.
I hated it.
There's still a lot of stuff they show you.
No
though.
doubt.
Yeah.
But when you go uncensored, don't get me wrong, it is obviously exhilarating anytime anime gives you nipple. Okay. No, and anybody out there knows
There's
that,
a lot of nipple uncensored.
that you
A lot.
right.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
But like I'm just saying, like there's like usually that inclination to shy away from that or imply that it's there, but without actually showing it. You know, sometimes a manga will have nipple, and then you'll watch the anime adaptation, and suddenly somebody's nippleless because like censorship. I don't really know.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's fantastic. Okay, the art and the rendering of these women as they are naked is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Objectively good. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Okay. However,
You're so angry.
No.
Like you're so angry.
I'm saying I'm with you. Like
Okay.
on all of this, like I'm so into that. Like and the first time, it's very fucking exciting. It's just like that's so like not gimmicky, but like the novelty of that wears off so fast in this day and age when porn is so easily accessible, when titties are just so easily accessible all the time. It doesn't have that like scandalous excitement feel the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th time that it's happening. It just feels kind of exhausting by that point.
So that
Maybe-
just sounds like you just watch too much porn.
No, I think it just speaks to like the way anime has just made us desensitized to it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like
Look.
it's so
just think
overt
that,
in
like,
so many other shows
Here's what I think.
that I don't need it to be this far.
I feel like getting a nipple in a show and getting excited about it is one thing. Getting a show that's about
getting nipple.
naked women and nipples all the time and more is not like there's no excitement in that.
No.
There's no excitement.
It's so heavy-handed and so just like
But okay. Look, you
in
said
your face.
you like
kind of sucks.
You said you like porn. You guys both like porn.
Yes.
Everybody likes fucking porn. There's
Yeah.
porn
Yes.
for out there for everybody.
Yep.
Right? So you go watch porn because that's what it's meant for.
Yeah.
But sometimes
because that's what I'm looking for.
yeah, sure. Okay, that's your cake. Okay? You have your cake.
Yes.
But this is like your I wouldn't say dinner, but what do you there's like
No, this is just cake. Dude.
no, this
Yeah.
is
It's
How is this not just
It's just a
cake?
different kind of cake.
this is just but it's not though cuz it's like it's you know what
What
it
is it, Mikey? What is it? Donuts? Is it cookies?
Yeah, it's donuts and cookies. It's other baked goods because the thing
Yeah.
about cake is that's everything, right? This gives you pretty much all of those things, but in a smaller package. Because sometimes you don't want to eat a whole cake. You don't, unless you're this fat fucker over here with the small face. But sometimes you just want a butter tart. Sometimes you just want a donut.
Okay,
And
so hold
this-
on. So
Your analogy is falling apart.
and I was
my
gonna
dude.
say
Yeah.
you keep changing your stance on this. It's
falling apart.
Does this have substance? Is this meant to be a deep, thoughtful show,
Clearly
or
not, yeah.
is this just fluffy eye candy cake? Which one is it?
It's fluffy eye candy miniature cakes.
So the argument for that it's anything more than just cake
Yeah.
is out the window.
Well, I mean, fine, fuck you.
I'm just saying this
Yeah.
is like I don't know, like I'm watching this and I'm like, do people watch this to like warm up?
It's like
for porn?
It's like if you go and watch
To put themselves in the mood to
the
watch
thing.
It might
porn?
be, yeah, like
This
it's an
is-
appetizer. There we go. It's not cake. It's an appetizer.
This is what it is. It's like if you go to watch porn and you click the stepsister video and you watch the lead up scene and you don't skip right to them fucking. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like you watch them talking like, stepbrother, get out of my room. And they have like a 15-minute intercourse discussion, rather,
Yeah.
about why they shouldn't fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then they fuck. This is like watching that part of that porn.
Yes, that is exactly
Choosing it
Yeah.
willfully.
And watching the whole video.
And actually, as soon as they do go to fuck, you,
You go-
stop
yeah,
it.
yeah, I'm done. I came already.
And then you go to the
Yeah.
next video and watch
that
just
first,
the story.
The first part again, yeah.
no. You watch it all the way, and then you go to the one video.
There's
that
no
you
all the way here,
actually,
though.
There's
yeah,
no
that's
all
what I'm
the way.
saying. You watch this all the way,
Okay.
and you watch that intro part of that stepsister.
Okay. I
All
get
the
you.
way, then you stop before they fuck, and then you go to the video that you actually want to.
So you're saying you watch like 3 or 4 of the intro acting parts of porns
Yeah.
before you go to like a scene of people fucking to come.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That's how you do it? That's how you do it?
listen, yeah. If that's who this is for, I get it.
Yeah, we figured it out. Is
Look,
what
look,
happened here, yeah.
there's people out there who like that scene.
Sure, we're not
they,
saying
they
them-
like the build up, right? They want to see it. They want to see the bad acting. They want to see,
Yeah.
it's sometimes humorous and fun because sex can be funny.
The thing is, I feel like this one's almost like picked out of time. Like it feels like it's almost like it belongs in like the 90s or something, where
Like
it was
early
like
2000s, where it was probably more pushing.
earlier than that, where porn was like really not readily available. Hentai was really not readily available. Where if you had a friend who had this on fucking VHS or something, or you happened to catch it on,
It would become
late
legendary
night,
for you.
it would be insane. It'd be like,
Yeah.
holy fuck, like that one actually has nipples, and you basically see her fucking pussy. It's
Yeah.
crazy, you know.
But the
And
reason
it's
those
like-
things are legendary is not because they're balanced or the jokes are good.
But it,
know what I'm saying?
but it has to do with the environment in which you're
Yeah,
finding it. The
exactly.
scarcity of these things makes it exciting, and there's some thrill to it.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's like if you want to see like hentai, guys, it's free
Okay.
on the internet.
Okay,
Okay.
first of all,
and it goes everywhere. This doesn't, and more.
look.
And it's there for you. You don't have to watch the margarine of hentai
Yeah.
and the margarine of a funnier show.
Yeah.
Fuck your margarine
That's
bullshit.
what it is, though.
It's what it
Yeah.
is,
It's
though,
what
dude, because
is.
it does neither
not.
well.
Yeah.
It's not. Listen, people, if you're listening and
not
watching,
it's not horny enough to jerk off to,
Yeah.
and it's
Yeah.
not funny enough to really laugh
Yeah,
at.
you know what it
You
is?
guys-
It's not
you guys
cake. It's
don't-
unflavored oatmeal.
No, it's not. You
Yeah.
can put
Cake
sugar
without
on
icing.
oatmeal.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cake without icing, guys. It's a
Sometimes
muffin.
people like cake
It's a
without
muffin.
icing. It's a muffin. I like a muffin once in a while.
Yeah, but, but if you
kinda
had
dry.
but if you had a cupcake instead,
You can put butter on muffins.
You
I
can
like
put
a,
margarine on muffins.
but blueberry muffins with butter is better. Okay, listen. I don't know where I was going with that.
I'd rather talk about baked goods.
Okay, no,
To
you
be
won't.
honest, no, you're right.
Look.
Okay.
Okay. First of all, I forgot what my point was.
no,
What
listen,
do you- no,
this
listen.
isn't for everybody.
Oh no, I do
That's
remember.
it.
I remember what my point was. Okay, so hentai, yes, it is readily available for everyone.
Yep.
Sure, but the thing about hentai is that you actually have to go out and find uncensored shit because everything is censored in Japan, and they, like their censorship laws. Okay, for Japan,
but
I
people
love
actually
you.
fucking it.
Yes, but you can't like it doesn't do anything for me when it's censored like that. All the pixels and shit like
But
that.
this does.
I'm not saying that I jerked off to
He's
this.
making an argument for the people who do jerk off to this.
Yeah.
Not him. Not Mikey.
No. This is my appetizer. I wait
Yeah.
later to go look for the hentai that I want and try to find the one that is uncensored.
Mikey uses this shit to edge, and then when he's
Yeah.
ready,
Oh my god, nobody wants to hear that.
I actually think we've talked about this before.
Yeah,
We
the
have Monster
I
Musume.
think, yeah.
And that's what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah.
It's the genre.
Yeah.
There is this genre that's
Yeah.
out there that basically wants to do literally everything porn does without actually being porn. And to me, that feels like a total waste of time because I'd
Why?
rather just go watch porn then, dude.
And honestly, also, here's my biggest qualm with it too is like it just wasn't that funny.
And that's
If
the
it
other
was
side
really
of it.
funny,
Yeah.
I would probably like it a lot more. I would probably forgive a lot of the weird,
well, the
almost
whole
porn
thing
shit.
is
But like,
satire and like
yeah, but it's just not
slapstick
funny.
and
Like I didn't laugh.
It didn't land.
Yeah.
yeah, it's because you guys don't know how to enjoy life.
Oh my god.
You know, and then also like I've had this other issue before with anime where like especially with like weird age choices and stuff where I feel like I'm watching some like mangaka's like weird sexual childhood fantasies like coming to life on screen.
Yeah.
This
this is
very much
so like
felt
that,
like
yeah.
I was peeking into some guy's fucking Google history. Like way too frequently. And
And
again,
also, like, why prison and school? Like, why not just prison?
It's
dude,
the absurdity of
how
it.
problematic
There was no
this show is,
there,
dude.
there was
Yes.
like no element of it that was school.
No.
They could have just plucked that out completely.
The fact
Yeah.
that it was school only served to make most of this highly illegal.
Yeah.
That was the only purpose it being in school served.
Yeah.
And I actually thought up a way that I could rewrite this entire fucking show.
Yeah.
To basically still make it hit in all the ways sexually it's
Yeah.
trying to hit.
Yeah.
Without being problematic.
Prison college.
No. If we're willing
Post-secondary.
Yeah.
if we're willing to let Senpai go a little weedy for a second, I'm willing to explain how I would write this
Do that
differently.
and then go Senpai's corner and then let's
Okay, real quick.
fucking get into
okay.
it.
Check this, okay?
Yeah.
So here's where I have issue with this, right? Is
Yeah.
because they're placing this in basically a high school setting, okay? You have lots of questions about ages.
Uh-huh. Fictional, by the way.
right? And in a country where
Doesn't make it okay, by the way.
and in a country where age of consent is different, gross.
Sure,
But
yeah.
still, so that automatically hits me fucking weird.
Yes.
The other side of the fact is that, like, yes, this is a school, and basically nobody is consenting to the system under which they are being punished and violently tortured consistently.
Yes.
We
right?
only see one school official the whole time.
Yes.
And we'll talk about him later.
We sure
Yeah, we sure will. Will. Yeah, will.
Yeah.
But anyways, so the ways that I figured out to fix this, okay? You set this in a time where these guys are all in, say, their early 20s, okay?
So college.
And yeah, sure.
Yeah.
And they are, sexually open guys to the point where, like, they share hentai with each other, they share porn with each other.
Yeah.
They're always, like, talking about it. Like,
Sure.
they're just very, like, pervy dudes openly with each other.
Yeah,
right?
Wait, are we talking about like that otaku anime we watched?
Oh, like
Yeah, that one.
Genshiken.
Genshiken, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
So you start at Genshiken. You start there.
Basically, but it's
Yeah.
like hentai only Genshiken kind of
Okay,
shit, right?
sure.
And all of a sudden, this one guy finds out, holy shit, guys, there's a fucking, like, experience that we can sign up for.
Yeah.
And we pay. And you get a solid month in this facility that they have set up to feel
Yeah.
like a school run by the hottest, like, schoolgirl prison guards you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
Okay, you sign the fucking consent contract,
Yeah.
and you're in
And they
there
sit on your
for a
face.
full month
Yeah.
Yeah.
of pure dominatrix bliss.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
and they're all like, "Fuck yeah, dude, let's go!"
Yeah.
So now they're going in willingly.
Yeah, they
They've
have, yeah.
consented to
Yeah,
the
yeah.
experience. They've
Yeah.
signed a contract
It's
that
not-
they should have read.
It's no longer wrongful imprisonment.
No.
Right.
yeah.
However, these guys are also young and dumb enough that what ends up happening is 4 of the 5 of them realize, holy fuck, this is not for me. This is way too hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to fucking get out of here.
And the 5th guy is this
However,
guy.
the 5th guy is loving it.
Yeah.
Loving it. Okay.
That small face, big head.
But the only way that they can get their money back is
They
if
all bail.
all decide to bail. So the premise of the show is the 4 guys trying to figure out a way to either
Yeah.
break out or get out of the contract, and the 5th
Meanwhile,
guy
yeah.
trying to thwart their plans
Yeah.
to keep them in there longer. Meanwhile, you're acting out all of the torture and prison stuff.
Yeah.
They're still dressed like fucking schoolgirls like you want them to be, and everybody's consented to the fucking experience.
hey, there's a lot of room for comedy in there.
Yes.
Dude, it's a better fucking show.
Yeah.
It's less problematic,
Yeah.
and there's, like, maybe some substance there.
We write really
okay.
good animes, guys.
We do. We always write, and good endings.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying, I think that's a better show.
Okay, look, I'm not going to disagree with you here.
but yeah.
I'm not going to disagree with you here.
Yeah.
Because obviously that is a better way of going about
I
it.
did that in less than 4 minutes. by
Okay.
the way.
Yeah.
Look.
How long do these guys take?
Right, but this is made.
look.
This is made by a Japanese mangaka, right? And we all know how problematic Japan anime can be just in general, right? But because we are looking at it at a North American lens where we are progressive in that way. Like, I agree with you. But that's not what we got. We got this. And this is what we're gonna get. Anime is always gonna be like this.
That doesn't
sometimes.
mean we have to like.
Applaud it.
No,
Good
not,
job.
definitely not.
I love what we got.
But I like
I always
it.
love what we get, guys.
Okay, also,
Yeah.
I also want to say, if you strip away all of that, like the porn, the slapstick, and go down to the bare bones of the story, it's actually a really good story.
Is it?
And I highly disagree.
It's fucking Prison Break. That's the story.
It's Shawshank Redemption. It's,
Shawshank. Yeah. What are you saying? Shawshank Redemption is not a good movie?
Yeah, but
Are you-
that's not what we got.
I was going to say, are
To
you
use your
actually
words, yeah.
saying that this hits the way Shawshank Redemption does?
No, dude.
No, right? And honestly, like, I think that if you strip all this away and boil it down to the bare story, you can't tell that story in longer than 2 sentences.
Well, it doesn't mean that it's still not a good 2-sentence story.
Yeah.
I think if we're shooting for 2-sentence stories, we
I don't
can
think this
still
is a good
do better
one.
than this.
I don't think it's a good one. Yeah.
I think it's still possible to improve on guy is a perv, girl isn't sure, guy proves girl wrong.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, anybody who likes crows is not a bad guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or any guy who likes butts.
Yeah, butts.
Yeah, because their boobs are just a
But later on, we'll describe why we like butts.
yes.
We have to explain why.
Yeah, why?
Anyways, I feel like I've already fucking said everything I need to say about this show.
Well,
but
I got some things to say, so let's.
Good,
is there
good.
Senpai's Corner? Do we care about where the show
Yeah,
came
Uh,
from?
real quick,
obviously.
of course,
of
You
course.
got it. It came out in like 2016 or something like that.
I don't know. You're not good at knowing when things come out.
Yeah, 88 though. Everything came out in 88.
Well, we know this now.
Yeah. So, Prison School, or Purizen Sukuru,
Yeah.
is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Akira Hiramoto. It was serialized in Kodansha's weekly Young magazine from February 2011 to December 2017. A 12-episode anime television series adaptation directed by Tsutomu Mizushima aired from July to September 2015. And a live-action drama television series aired from October to December 2015.
I watched a clip of that. Just FYI, it is fucking awful.
What?
The live action.
Oh my god.
And just just because I was curious, right? Like I knew that there was a live
How
action.
new do they go?
I didn't even care. It was just they all looked ugly, so I just turned it off.
That's very shallow of you, Mikey.
Yeah, because this looks better.
Yeah.
You guys know how I feel about live action anime.
Yeah.
So the series was
Not gonna do
produced. The series was produced by.
Fucking dare.
The series was produced by Genko. Okay. So a little background here. So they produced. Let's see here. A lot of hentai. Okay.
Really? Them?
Yeah, it's like mostly hentai and then like Sword Art Online.
That's right.
And like.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Anyways, it's just done a lot. You guys can just go to friggin' Genko's page and just scroll, and there's just
They did Serial Experiment Lane. That's another good one.
yeah, there's a lot. And then also Egg Firm, who you guys might know, also did some Sword Art Online stuff. And
UK Holder.
they
or
did
UK
the movie
Holder.
as well, the Sword Art Online movie.
Oh, they did Gate. Gate was great.
Okay, there you go.
That was a cool isekai.
No Guns Life.
That was also really good.
Mushoku Tensei, Rumble.
That was also
Garandol.
really good.
Anyways, tons of stuff.
Very good stuff because I like a lot of that.
Good studios behind this. I think the production quality was pretty good. Anyways, it was directed, as I said, by Tsutomu Mizushima, with Michiko Yokote handling series composition. Junichiro Taniguchi designing the characters.
My boy.
Thank you, Junichiro.
Yeah.
And
He
props,
designed every little inch of those characters.
and Kotaro Nakagawa composing the music. And the voice actors, actually, of the 5 male main characters perform the opening and ending theme songs under the group name Kangoku Danshi. Fun little bit of
Interesting.
info. And yeah, so there is an OVA as well that exists.
I watched the OVA. It's pretty funny too. For me, not for you guys, probably because you guys don't know how to fucking enjoy yourselves.
And this has actually won some awards, surprisingly. Even
AVN Awards.
just in the 2 main awards it won actually were best general manga. So like this is like good in I guess any genre.
What the hell?
And as of March 2018, which I know is super fucking outdated now, Jesus Christ, the manga had over 13 million copies in circulation. So you
Wow.
can imagine hell of a lot more than that. And a hell of a lot of those pages stuck
A
together.
bunch of sticky pages, yeah.
And my people.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You
My
guys,
people.
you guys can. I don't know.
We all know. We all
Send,
know.
sit in a circle.
Send Mikey, cut out your sticky pages and mail them to Mikey.
Yeah, he'd love that.
He'll put them up on the wall behind me.
Yeah, I'm gonna make up frames and then I'll just make like a frame wall.
Other
I
people's
just- yeah.
cummed up mangas.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it all behind you.
Yeah.
so that you know.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
That's how I know I'm loved.
That's a no for me.
Yeah, I quit. So
I'm done.
Wait, what was the studio called again?
Which one? Genko?
Genko. Okay, so fun fact about Genko, they subscribed to us and they liked us.
yeah.
And if you guys could do
Wow,
the
we
same
made it.
thing-
we made it. The prison school guys like us.
Yeah, so if you could like and subscribe, please help us.
Yeah.
Tell a friend.
Do all those things.
Do all
for
those
us.
things. Yeah, because I'm alone now.
It's a solo podcast going forward.
Yeah, maybe.
You've lost Shmanime completely.
Yeah.
It's now just anime podcast.
Oh, okay.
All right, well,
All right,
let's talk
let's
about
go.
the things we talk about. We don't need to talk about world, except for some reason in this world, there's a prison in the school.
Yes, and there's like an underground
Student council.
student council.
It's an all-girls school. They're experimenting by letting 5 boys join the school,
Yeah.
who immediately are incarcerated in this
Go they
strange
are to
prison
jail.
system.
Yeah. Literal, like, stripes.
yeah, teenage boys
Yep.
doing teenage boy things that are
Sorry,
very problematic.
you're under arrest.
yeah,
Also, every single girl in this school,
Yeah.
10 out of 10 hot.
Yeah.
yeah.
Every single one
Okay.
looks like a absolute supermodel.
But that is anime. That
was gonna
is
say.
anime.
Yeah,
You can't.
not anymore.
You're not gonna get what anime doesn't have a 10 out of 10 girl.
I'm talking about all of them being 10 out of 10
Yeah.
girls. 100% of them.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
it's
not-
gonna
that's
show-
not every
no,
anime.
Even these
no,
fucking
no.
wieners, when they take their clothes off, are
Are all
like
jacked
ripped
as
and
fuck.
jacked. Yeah.
Okay.
I know.
No, look.
It's a criticism.
They're-
It's valid criticism.
Except one guy.
There's
Boot over here.
there's
Even him,
many
though.
many characters that just blend into the background, and you're fine.
You're saying they're all supermodel
Mikey,
hot.
you're fine.
You're fine.
They're all supermodel hot. I don't know why. It's weird.
All right.
It's just weird.
Yeah.
Or it was designed that way.
Well, on
Yeah, it
that
was.
topic,
And that's weird.
there's a lot of weird.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird.
Let's keep going with the weird.
On that topic of
I like
art,
weird.
you kind of touched on it, but the art was like unfortunately kind of good.
Yep.
It was amazing.
Unfortunately so.
Especially at some of the points where they go back and forth, like from those like Asobi Asobase kind of moments where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
like
Goofy shit.
goofy shit, or
Yeah.
like crazy faces, dark faces.
Their keyframes were tight. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
there's technique here.
There was a lot of tightness, that's for sure.
I mean, there's a lot of
Dude, it's
looseness
so
too.
weird.
We saw it.
The way you
clearly.
said that.
Yeah.
Give me the willies.
Well, that's a good transition.
Into the mic, guys. It was so loud in my headphones the way you said that.
That's a
One thing I will say for sure is that like when you're getting into art that is done by or
pornographers.
hentai artists,
Yeah.
like your character art is always going to be like really strong.
Well, they study the body. You have to
the
assume
anatomy
if
is
they're
going
good
to be
at it,
incredible.
yeah.
Yes, for sure.
Maybe sometimes a little impossible.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why that's the absurdity of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, granted, not so much impossible. I have seen on the internet women that have those proportions.
Yeah.
Do I like it in the real world or do I like it in anime? My personal preference is in the anime.
Okay.
Interesting.
There you go.
I was gonna say, careful, Mikey.
I know.
You guys know more about Mikey now than
Let's
maybe you wanted
learn
to.
more.
yeah.
So I want a point of clarification because you mentioned there's censored and uncensored. I watched uncensored. Or sorry, I watched
So you watched
censored because I
censored.
watched it on Crunchyroll. I didn't
Yes.
know uncensored existed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's the difference? Because I saw boobs and nipples.
Yeah, so there's a lot of so I only watched like the first 10 minutes on Crunchyroll, and as soon as I saw the lens flare, I was out.
Did you ever see an inexplicable like lens flare or like a flash of white bright light kind of obscuring
Maybe?
something?
I can't remember, but
Because
I
you
saw
definitely
nipples.
did.
I saw labia.
No,
I
'cause-
didn't see full frontal like butthole or vagina.
No, you don't.
No.
You don't get that. But like, just watching the first like 30 seconds of
I didn't
it
see a
on-
dick. Did you
of-
see a dick?
No,
No.
The first 30 seconds of it on Crunchyroll.
Yeah.
there were actual shots of like of just upskirt like underwear shots.
Yeah.
that were actually had a white kind of mark across
That might
them.
have. The
or
thing
a
is later
flash.
on I got those same shots. Definitely without that.
Yeah.
Definitely without that.
I wonder if that's like Crunchyroll's way of getting away with.
They just do it in like the first episode. It's like
first
clean
few-
15.
Yeah, like first few, and then
Or they only have to do
later-
it a certain amount.
Yeah.
It's like it's like getting rid of red blood or like shots with
Yeah, like the Chinese.
That's not real.
I know. It's still fucking funny, man.
but like that really does happen where like you'll get alien blood be changed from red to
Sure.
like green or
Green
purple
and stuff
to
like
get
that.
through censorship, right? And I know Crunchyroll's the only service that really does this with their shows.
Yeah.
They do the same thing with Tokyo Revengers with the Manji
Yeah, the-
logo, right? So like this is the same thing, and it might have definitely not been across the board on everything. It might not have been applied like a rule,
Yeah.
but I guarantee there were definitely shots that you saw watching it on Crunchyroll that were partially or fully obscured by steam in the shower, by
yeah.
a lens flare or something. Because I watched it. I immediately stopped the episode
Yeah.
and went
I
for the
believe you.
uncensored version.
Yeah, or
I'm
they
just
could
curious,
even
yeah.
have like small like filler scenes that they fully took out too.
You never know.
Yeah, I
It
believe
just
they
seemed
would do
odd
that.
because again, I saw everything. I think you guys saw, just maybe
Probably.
not as often.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah,
why
for sure.
bother? Like, it doesn't make
And
sense.
like, and also, I may sound like a hypocrite right now, saying like I immediately went for the uncensored version.
yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm,
you do.
I'm hating on this show.
Yeah.
So to quickly clarify that, like I just hate censorship.
Yeah, you
period.
just want to
Same.
see how it was made. You
I
wanna
want,
see the
I want,
original
I want to
version.
feel as close as I can to somebody who like lives in Japan,
Yeah. Mhm.
who is being given this
Yeah.
by the Japanese creators to
Yeah.
absorb the intended way. That's
But
Yeah.
That's it.
this is what I'm talking about when it comes to censorship. I hate censorship, but like same thing with hentai and their porn over there, right? Everything
it sucks.
is
a
like
shame.
censored,
Yeah.
right?
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have way better
Yeah.
porn. We can totally watch the stepbrother and the stepsister talk for 15 minutes before they get to fucking each other. It's so much better here.
People are
Yeah.
finding out way too much about you today as
Yeah,
well, my friend.
seriously.
Why?
Apparently, you have a sister complex.
The amount of
No.
times you said stepsister on this fucking episode.
That's just because all the hot porn stars do those scenes.
I know, it's true.
Yeah.
I'm not
True. I
typing
don't know why.
stepsister
There's
porn.
nothing, dude. There's nothing more annoying than
Yeah.
finding somebody. You're like, fuck, I gotta find more.
Yeah.
and then
It's
like
all stepbrother.
It's all that, dude. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck. Okay, next.
I don't have that problem.
I just skip past the like weird
It
stuff
helps. It helps. Yeah.
and watch the good part.
yeah.
Okay.
I don't watch IRL porn.
Mikey's just watched Prison School.
Yeah, over and over.
No way, man. This is again like this is the appetizer.
Yeah.
Margarine.
Margarine.
He's just covering his
Yeah,
privates
this
in
is-
margarine and
Okay. The art was good.
okay.
The music sucked. Moving on.
Yeah, that's it.
music did
Characters.
suck.
Characters.
You have a bunch of archetypes. Let's go characters. So you have
Okay,
our prisoners, right?
You got Kiyoshi.
You got Kiyoshi's the main character, right?
Yeah.
You got one big overdramatic nerd with long hair. You've got this big stupid oaf. You've got the mysterious hoodie dude. You got the one guy who's just like your classic kind of rugged, good-looking guy.
Yeah, he's a bit like a
Shingo.
like
Yeah.
a jock kind of vibe.
They all
Like,
just
he's
have
a-
their archetypes.
He's a dude, bro.
Like, there's no way in real life these guys are friends.
No.
Is the thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no similarities at all.
No.
Also, I'm not expecting any growth from any of these people.
Nope.
And I got what I expected.
Yep.
Just plainness.
You didn't get any growth. Like there's
No,
a
not
little
really.
bit.
No, I don't.
There's a little bit.
Man.
Man, I keep glancing over at the fucking big head guy.
Why does he look like that?
Man, I hate him.
I'm telling you,
I just hate looking at him.
that is
Yeah.
the Buddha look.
Man.
Yeah.
It triggers something in me, dude. His face, dude. I hate it.
Because even if it is the Buddha look, Mikey, but like, why?
You know what?
Why?
I agree. I don't know why.
It
I don't know why.
serves zero purpose.
Yeah.
Comedic relief.
Yeah.
But like I'm saying, this is the level of comedy we're getting. The guy's
Yeah.
face is small and his earlobes are big.
Yeah.
This is
So
is
funny.
So
straight
funny.
up brain candy. This is sugar. This is nothing else.
Sugar free.
This is
It's like sugar free
You
candy.
guys ever had one of those gluten-free cookies?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a gluten free
What
wife.
a waste of time.
Yeah, dude. I had a lot of gluten free shit in my house.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you rather not?
Just have the regular one? Yeah. My poor wife has to watch Prison School all the
Oh,
time.
yeah.
There's no way that your wife will watch this. No way.
no.
You'd have to
and
pay
that's
her
actually-
a large sum
Yeah.
of money.
And that's actually a funny comment we spoke earlier that's worth saying on pod as well, too, about how less embarrassing it would be
Yeah.
to get caught dick in hand masturbating to actual porn.
Actual porn.
And then get
This.
caught just sitting calmly in a chair watching this.
You know what's really funny?
What?
Because you guys both know my wife, and you guys know what she stands for.
Yeah.
So while I'm watching this downstairs on the main TV,
Yeah.
anytime she came down, I would turn it off.
Of course.
Smart.
Because I was like, "There's no way she's gonna like this."
Bold of you to sit down there on the main TV and watch this in the first place.
Well, I mean, if I'm gonna enjoy, big mommy milkers, then I'm going to watch it on the big screen.
And we know a little bit more about Mikey.
Yep.
A little bit more.
A little bit
The mommy
more.
comes out.
All right.
A lot like it did for earlobes in that one scene where
Yeah.
he kept calling her mommy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why.
Another just.
Yeah.
What do you mean you don't know why? You just said mommy milkers.
I know, but that's just me horsing around.
I know. I'm just pointing out that
Yeah.
you just said mommy milkers.
We're all horsing around in here, guys.
We're
We all
fucking
do.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep naming the characters and saying nothing about them.
Yeah, because there's nothing to
So there's
say.
the prison guards. There's one who's like, she's the vice president. She has
Yeah,
way
she's
too
a-
big boobs.
And
she's
she's always sweaty.
and she's an ultra hard ass. She's mean all the time.
Yeah.
She's
Then
the
there's like
dominatrix.
the
and she
president-
always sweats out some kind of substance that looks
Goo. It's
kind of
goo.
like glue.
Yeah.
and it audibly gloops out of her body when it comes out too. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's like makes that weird
Yeah.
gross sound that you like to make into the microphone sometimes.
Yeah.
A lot like that, yeah. But
Yeah.
like gloopier even. You can't do it.
no, now you're
Oh,
just
you're
trying,
trying, but
to,
it's
like, yeah.
Hold on, he's getting there.
Okay, that's
Oh, oh,
Yeah, dude.
oh! If we just lost some subscribers on that, I would not be.
No, this is our
surprised.
ASMR episode. Be quiet for a second.
Yeah.
No, I will not. I'm not going to let you hijack this.
Okay. So prison guards, there's a vice president with the huge boobs. There's the president who is like, for some reason, a crow master, like a crow whisperer.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's.
I don't know why.
And she has a vendetta against all horny men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most specifically, her father.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's why. It's because of her father.
Yeah.
You know what's actually kind of funny when I think
I
about
have, I have a
this?
feeling this is gonna not be
Yeah,
fun.
I was gonna say same.
But anyways,
Mikey?
go on.
Yeah, tell us.
Ironically, right? Because I think Lisa did actually watch a small scene.
Yeah.
No.
And then I pressed pause before anything like ecchi came up.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to explain to her what that scene was,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, it's man hating and like, these kids are getting fucking, their comeuppance, and she was like, oh yeah, sweet, fuck men. So.
Dude,
You.
that was really funny. Yeah.
What I don't know where. I was
Yeah. You misled her.
You lied.
I did.
You lied.
I lied.
Gaslit?
No, I did not
No,
gaslight
I'm just
her.
joking.
Oh my god.
No, it's.
So she might like this show.
Like, okay, obviously, you could stretch this into some form of like
Girl power.
power, fuck men, like
Yeah.
men getting their dues. But, like,
Except
it-
for all the labia.
I was gonna say, except for two things. Number one, the way it ends, of
Yeah.
course.
Yes.
Yeah.
And number two, everything else about the show.
Yeah. Complete objectification of women.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Top to bottom.
At
yeah.
all times.
Yeah. Yeah, nonstop.
In fact, the way that they exercise their power is by objectifying themselves.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because if she needs to, assert some sort of dominance,
Yeah.
she won't do so by any normal means.
No.
No, I'm going to smother you with my crotch,
Yeah.
which I know you get off on.
Yeah.
So
I'm going to
like,
suffocate you with the inside
Yeah.
Yeah.
of my vagina.
But you know what though? It's really only Michael, because like the other two, teacher or not a teacher,
The piss queen?
the piss
We'll
queen
talk about her.
and-
She has her own ways too,
Yeah,
dude.
she does. It's weird. That she's weird.
Yeah.
But the president doesn't do anything. She's just like, fuck these guys.
Yeah.
I don't know. She lets the vice president soap her up a whole hell of a lot in
Yeah.
the shower.
That's also very true. That was a good
Yeah.
scene. Yeah.
And the vice president is like has the hard time with it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
she's got a
'cause
complex.
she's
Oh,
she's
big
got a
time.
hard on
Yeah.
for her.
Yeah. I think like the vice president's like full blown lesbian.
Yeah.
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 For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about Piss Queen, who arguably is the best character in the show.
Yeah, she's pretty funny.
Definitely made me laugh the most
Same.
genuinely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I would
Like
say.
maybe one of the only characters I would be like, I kind of enjoyed watching
Yes.
some of the scenes that featured her.
Come
Yeah.
on. Yeah, the Medusa scene was,
was
pretty
funny.
fucking hilarious.
Actually funny.
Absolutely. If they had given the same like development to the other two girls,
Yeah.
then like maybe we've got the beginnings of a show here.
Yeah.
But they
Got yourself a
didn't.
stew.
It was just one character.
Yeah.
And there were stretches where you didn't actually get a lot from her.
Yeah,
Totally.
because she wasn't.
She had her episodes. Don't
Yeah.
get me wrong.
Yeah.
And she comes in big time at the end.
Big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy big time.
And that
We'll
was
get
that
there.
was and I will say, like, for as much as I'm hating on this show, like it gets better at the end.
It just gets, I wouldn't say, I guess better is the right word. I was just going to say it gets kind of wild.
That's what I mean.
stops-
It breaks
stops
from the
being
formula.
just margarine.
Yeah,
at the end
it
there.
breaks from the staleness
Yeah.
that developed over the first like 8 episodes.
Yeah.
Like
that's nice.
episode 9, 10, 11 are really, really great. 12 is fucking a waste of time. But like 9, 10, 11 was when it gets good, I think.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if
you have
good-
to
I don't know if good's the right
better,
word, but yeah.
better.
Yeah.
It improves.
Yeah.
No, you guys used the appropriate words. It was good all the way up to that point, and then it got better.
Yeah.
There's only one other character who like is even worth mentioning, but again, there's nothing to say about her. But Chio, the like nice girl,
Yeah.
she exists.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and then Shingo's kind of girlfriend as well, who like
Oh,
plays
yeah. Later on,
Anzu,
yeah.
I think was
yeah,
her name.
basically Chio too.
Yeah.
Even character
Literally
design.
gets mistaken for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just changed her eye shapes
Yeah.
subtly.
But anyways, that's that for the people in the show. Let's talk
Yeah.
about what happens.
I mean, come on. Are you saying that our main character and our goofy, like Chinese kingdom loving character didn't have any growth?
Yeah, I am
Like
saying
what?
that. Yeah, I'm saying
What
that
was
exactly.
their what
actually.
were their arcs?
What did
So
they
are-
learn about themselves?
So like the main character, like the main is weird because like the main character's arc is like scumbag
Yeah.
painted as maybe bigger scumbag than he is.
yeah.
Then
makes
redeemed.
makes effort to redeem himself as non scumbag, but ends the show basically the same level of scumbag he started on.
Way higher in
Yeah.
the end. Way
Yeah.
higher in the end.
Higher level of scumbag.
Oh yeah. Dude, the way he in the end he like plays out that end scene is just to expose himself.
Yeah, that's true. You're right. You're right. You're
He's
right.
a pretty big scumbag.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, with her, with the piss queen,
Yeah.
and yeah, you're right. That you're
And
right.
they're having like a scumbag off at the end
They
there.
are. They
but,
are.
But he's in it.
Yeah,
He's part
yeah.
of it.
Oh, absolutely. He
Yeah.
should take full responsibility. Absolutely.
Yeah.
You're right. You're right. So
So if anything, his
arc is downward.
He gets worse in the end and actually gets the redemption for getting worse.
Yes. Yeah. And then the rest of the
So
guys.
that's pretty original, right? You don't really see that often.
The rest of the guys. the rest of the guys leave
Yeah.
completely unchanged
Yeah.
in any way
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the exact same going in as they are going out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
None of one
I
of
think
them.
at the end, I think maybe a little bit confidence at the end. 'Cause They
Yeah.
all end up with girls at the very end.
Yeah.
No, so Joe doesn't.
Except Joe, of course.
Yeah,
he gets his
do-
ants.
Yeah, but it's funny. So the OVA is more or less about Joe,
Okay.
and he just becomes a fucking flasher. So he like gets
Ew, dude.
yeah, he just bounds himself up, and because he says, "I'm not like any one of you guys," because I know you guys aren't going to watch the OVA.
No. I'm good without that, especially now that you told me what it's about.
Yeah, what is that? What's the bondage thing that they call it that they have in Japan?
Shibari.
Shibari. So he does a shibari thing with his body,
Yeah.
and always has an overcoat, and he just goes and flashes girls.
That's a pretty cool dude.
No,
Coolest dude I've ever heard of.
Pretty interesting guy. I'd love to hear more about him.
no, it's his villain arc.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about what happens.
Okay.
Mikey's out of breath.
Yeah.
Okay, so we already established there's like a school. It's all women, and
Yes.
a bunch of dudes get allowed to go there. And they're clearly a bunch of virgins,
Yep.
without a doubt.
Typical anime shit.
Um,
This is not shonen though, right?
and
No.
they get shown into a bondage dungeon.
yes.
They get isekai'd into it.
Yeah.
Anyways, so Kiyoshi is like the one guy we realize is going to be the main character. He meets a girl named Chio, and they hit it off because they both like sumo wrestling.
Oh, he pretends he likes it.
Is that what happened?
Yeah, because he had the
Okay.
same eraser and
Oh yeah, and he's like, I hope she doesn't see it.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing. She's like, that's my favorite sumo wrestler.
yeah.
Yeah. Also, just like this. I'm sorry, maybe I'm wrong, but like this miracle girl that just exists.
Yeah.
That happens to be obsessed with sumo wrestling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like it's just one of those like unicorns that just like
they're out there.
Okay, so
But, like,
that's what you're
what the
upset
fuck
about?
is the likelihood?
I mean,
I think
the
there's
rest
been a
of the
lot
show-
that he said he's been upset about.
yeah.
We're just now in that
That's it?
mode. Yeah.
That's
That's
the
the
thing,
one
Jay.
thing, Jay. Jay.
That's what you got hung up on.
Oh my god.
Yes, Mikey.
Okay,
Yes.
so our homies who now go to an all-girls school, they decide to, obviously to go peeping.
Yeah.
And at this point, again, I'm watching censored. So in their imagination, I'm seeing real nudity. And I was like, okay, that's a cool mechanism. But then they go do the peeping and there's real nudity. And I'm like, oh, what's happening here? So they end up like dropping their phone like by the charging cord down into the window.
Yeah.
Which I was like, no, it works.
Yeah.
And then the phone falls in. He has to go in after it. And he's in there.
Yeah, because it was his phone.
It was his phone,
they
exactly.
used.
And there's a girl who's blind as fuck. It's his girl. Is she blind as fuck?
Yeah, she's blind as fuck.
She doesn't have her contacts.
Okay, and then somehow he like passes for a lady.
But
Yeah.
she has a friend that looks very much like him. Has the
Okay.
same haircut, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, same
And,
color hair.
and he's basically built like a girl. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
So he's in the showers, whatever. It's like really weird. And then the guys up on the roof get like attacked by a bunch of crows.
Yeah.
And they all get caught,
Yep.
including him. And they all get sentenced to 1 month in school prison.
Yes.
Because there are prisons in schools.
There's also a quick line thrown in there earlier on between girls, basically saying, "Don't let the crow see you talking to boys."
yeah.
One of the girls tells, I think, Chio that, like, don't let any of the crows see you talking to any boys.
Yeah.
So you know right away the crows,
Yeah.
something up with the crows.
Yeah, it's
just
just
so-
So then when the crows show up
Yeah.
to fucking book them, you're just like, okay.
I love how they like give the crows special powers just for that one line in that one scene and then never again.
no, they come
it's-
back. They come back.
Yeah, but they don't do anything.
No, but
No,
it's just to
there's a
explain why
mechanism,
she
yeah.
has like a fucking,
All right.
murder of crows at her beckon.
I mean, it's Itachi.
Pretty
That's
cool.
what it is.
Yeah.
Naruto.
Anyway, so they all go to jail, and the underground student council is their like jail masters, their wardens or whatever, and they're all like hot girls with their boobs out. One of them, anyhow.
Yeah, one of them.
And the girl Chio still thinks he's all right. She said he can't be all that bad. He likes sumo.
Yeah.
This show hangs their hat on like people who like blank can't be all that bad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Sumo,
Yeah.
crows, and butts.
So while they're doing their jail shit, Kyoshi falls out of a tree onto the piss queen as she's peeing, and he's staring. Literally, that camera angle is like from her
Yeah.
butt, and he's staring right up the chute
Yeah, dude.
while she's peeing, and then she becomes super obsessed with reciprocating.
Yeah, because
Yes.
her pride and ego has been
Yeah.
burned. Because she's like a champion karate.
She beats the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
And that's also kind of funny, the way she beats the fuck out of them.
Oh, I know.
The other
Devastating.
ones, not funny.
Yeah.
No.
But the way she is like, what the fuck did you say?
Or like roundhouse kick
Yeah.
and somebody's like in a bloody pile on the floor.
Funny. Actually funny.
Exactly.
Um,
Yeah, dude. It's good.
She's also super insecure about anyone finding out it happened.
Yes.
And like this becomes a gag for like a little while, but like super fast forward because we don't have to get hung up on. She ends up taking a massive golden shower from him
Yes.
by accident. So he sees her pee.
Yeah.
And she's like, I got to get you back. And instead, she gets pissed on a whole bunch.
By him.
Yeah, a whole
And
bunch.
then also becomes part of her vendetta.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then she
Yes.
gets even more. Anyways, and we'll get into that
because
later.
she wants to. Yeah, the vendetta's there, and she's trying to make him fucking.
And each
do all
time
the
it gets
things.
worse for her, and she just ramps it up.
And,
it up.
and this is the thing, like this is where I was saying before about like how like the show doesn't really have jokes, it has gags.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And to me, like the difference being that like gags are like easily repeatable,
Yeah.
basically the same way every time. And you're going to get roughly the same level of humor from it every time, if not depreciating over time. Jokes, you cannot tell the same joke twice
Yeah.
in a fucking show.
Yeah.
An actual written piece of humor more than one time.
Yeah.
Because people will fucking be like, oh, they already told that joke earlier. What
Yeah.
the fuck?
Like the piss
But
thing.
a gag you can do over
Yeah.
and over. The piss thing coming up over and
But, like,
over
if
and
they had
over.
taken-
But they
If they-
ramp it up though.
But listen,
But
if they
it's
had
not
taken
enough.
all the piss like jokes and gags and made that an episode, that's a funny episode.
Yeah.
But by cutting it up and stretching it out over the show, they weaken it.
And to me, every time they go back to it, I'm always feeling like, oh, they didn't have something for this, so they're going back to that low hanging fruit
Yeah.
that they can easily repeat, and
Yeah.
they know
Do
they're
the pee
going to
thing
get
again.
right, or
I only did it 3 times.
or the shadow guy
But they
being,
talk about it
or the
nonstop.
shadow guy with the fuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
saying fuck randomly, like the way he did. Like they did that. I know I said 8 earlier. I actually think it was closer to like 3 times. Sure. But like even the second time, it wasn't funny.
Yeah, like what is that his catchphase? Does he have a catchphrase
no,
now?
but it's again, it's a running gag.
Yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah,
what
yeah.
I mean? And like it to me, it feels lazy.
Yeah.
And like that doesn't get me very
Guys,
far.
still watch it. It is still really entertaining.
You're setting them up for disappointment.
It's a form of entertainment. It's a form of entertainment. Okay, so let's get back into it. They have to do a bunch of hard labor, and they're trying to get like a weekend like furlough. Like they're trying to get out for a week because the one dude wants to take Chio out on a date because he's like,
Yes,
I think she likes me.
Yeah, he promises her that he'll go out.
Exactly, and they're like, no, you're not. And so then they get,
Gakuto also wants to get this limited edition figure.
that's
Yeah.
right, that's right.
Yeah.
So they get denied, and so instead they get inspired by ants to dig their way out.
Yeah.
And it's a full-on like Great Escape kind of situation, except the guy figures out that it's all happening. Before we didn't know he wants to figure it out because he figures out the guy's plan to break out,
Yep.
and he starts acting all weird about it. And you're like, what's gonna fucking happen? And then instead he joins the effort, and he's like, no, I'm gonna help you, but it's because you're gonna get me this fucking figure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay,
And
It's
that
only
figure-
available on this day.
exactly.
every
yeah.
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His whole life was centered
That's
around
it.
getting to this.
And oh, he's in jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, and so that storyline again is another one that plays out over like several episodes. That could have been one episode
Yep.
if the show was funny.
No,
Yeah.
it's
So
it's all happening within like a couple months.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but not one episode, which would have been much funnier.
Yeah.
So, anyways, they have to crawl like through a sewer, and the good-looking dude, I forget his name or whatever, he
Shingo.
kind of misunderstands what these two dudes are doing
Dude,
together all the
come
time.
on, you guys gotta say that was pretty fucking funny.
I mean, it wasn't unfunny, but like it wasn't hilarious.
Again, it would make me kind of like smirk. Be like,
Yeah. So, anyways, he thinks they're gay.
But again, it's like a little gag.
And he thinks they're trying to
Yeah.
fuck him. And then he walks in on them in the shower, full on like it looks like they're having full on gay sex.
Yeah.
And then he starts spreading the rumor and telling all the other dudes.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, while the dude's telling the other dudes, Kyoshi's in the sewer, and the vice president is like exercising, doing full on squats over his face. And very graphically, she steps into his butthole with her heels.
Heels, yeah.
His asshole explodes with blood.
Yeah, yeah,
He has a bleeding asshole
yeah,
like you've never fucking seen.
yeah.
Why was that so graphic?
It didn't need to be.
No.
But that's the hilarity of it. It is so dumb and so absurd.
It is both of those things, Mikey.
And that's why it's funny.
So part of their plan also too was to figure out a way to like throw them off the scent when they were escaping. So they download this literal poop.mp3,
no,
like a fart sound.
They tried to.
They tried to, it doesn't work. Anyways, and so the dude shits himself in class, full on shits himself.
Yep.
But again, that's the kind of guy he is. You know, he's sacrificing himself for the greater cause.
Well, that's what he says.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
That's
doing
what
it for
he
the
says.
figure.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
the cause.
Okay, so meanwhile, let's talk
What,
about.
you saying you wouldn't shit yourself for a figure?
No.
Yeah, I'm out.
If there's like your grail figure.
The circumstances definitely matter here. In his circumstances, no, I'm not doing it.
No thanks. Yeah. Like shit myself at home and then hop in the shower. Yeah, okay,
Sure,
fine,
yeah, fine, okay.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
I'll burn those clothes. Okay, so we meet the chairman of the school, and he's the dad of the like president. Okay, and again at this time, I'm not sure why this matters at all. And we find out he thinks that the girls are like being hard on these guys, but he's not doing anything about it. I'm like, you're in charge. You're in charge.
Yep.
But he doesn't do anything about it. And then he ends up like getting caught with porn a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like he's got a
Just
bunch of
butt
Latino
pictures.
butts. All Latino butts. And then he's got porn up on his computer and he thinks that she can't see it. And then after she leaves the room, he turns around and it's reflected in the
glass.
window behind him.
He's like, I need to get blinds.
Yeah. That keeps happening to him.
Or the mouse
mouse pad.
Totally. He has this like little soliloquy where he's like, I think I failed her as a father by letting her find my collection of beautiful Latina booties. And then he ceremoniously buries them
Yep.
and then digs them up.
Yep.
And then he buries them in the dude's hole that the dude was digging. So the escaping by digging out is no longer going to happen anymore.
Yeah.
So that's off the table.
Yeah, he fills it in.
The new plan is to steal one of the girls' school uniforms and just walk out the front door.
Yep.
And they make a wig from Buddy's hair.
Yeah. And the
Takes
way
one for
that
the team again.
Which is
Yeah.
funny because also in that moment, he could probably just be like, actually, I'm just going to leave.
Yeah.
He didn't have to
couldn't
cut
do
his
that.
hair off and give it to the other guy.
Well, no, but,
Yeah, but he
Kyoshi
probably
needed
doesn't
to get
have.
out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Kyoshi needed to get out.
What a good guy.
Yeah. That's
What a
what I'm
really
saying,
good guy.
man.
Anyways.
He's a bro.
Yeah.
Apparently, he's a very popular character in the series.
Well, he full on like assaults the
The school president
Yeah.
and like everybody.
yeah. In order to get shaved, he's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm just gonna start groping and get put in solitary, and they're gonna shave my head. Which
Yeah.
again, how did he know that was gonna happen?
I
don't know.
You know. I think
Yeah.
part of it too is like,
Yeah.
you know, you ask for a certain kind of punishment and then they'll give it to you.
I guess in this prison school.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, there's that one
So-
scene too, because I thought his punishment was gonna get like a dildo stuck up on him, because that was the one scene they actually blurred out
Oh yeah.
Oh
The
yeah,
hand.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What was in her hand?
What was it? It wasn't a dildo. It was
It was
something
just
else.
it's the
It was a
buzzer.
shaver.
It's a shaver.
Shaver, right.
Yeah.
They made it seem like she was gonna fuck him in the ass
Yeah.
with it. Okay, so anyways, the plan works. He gets to go out. He goes on a date, and it's all going like really well until she finds out the school uniform he stole is in his bag.
Yeah.
It's hers,
Yeah.
and she freaks the fuck out and leaves. Doesn't matter to her because in the end she forgives him for whatever reason. They don't touch on it again. And she accidentally kind of sells him out by posting a picture of them on the
Yeah.
date.
But he didn't know that they were all related, right?
That's right. He had no idea. Oh, right, because she's the president's sister.
Yeah.
He didn't know. So, anyways, Kyoshi takes the fall for everything. He gets expelled,
Yeah.
and everyone else gets their sentence extended for 1 month. And yeah, they're trying to transfer him, but Chio sticks up for him. She's like, "No, he's not all bad. He likes sumo."
No, it's because she says to her sister, because he put the little baby crow back in the nest.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
that's
and
right.
Like, you said, they
Yeah,
like
he can't be
crows,
all
they're
bad.
yeah, it can't be
Anyone
all
who
bad.
loves crows can't be
Crows.
bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
these people aren't bad people.
No, they're not.
exactly.
They're just problematic.
So, anyways, he gets to stay. Okay, so the girls, the what do they call it? The underground student council.
Yeah.
They're like on a rampage now, and they start this new thing called Operation Destroy Testicles Operation.
DTO.
Yeah, and they're essentially trying to get these dudes kicked out, and so they just become awful to them. So there's like a series of things happens where they like sick their crows on the ants to get like Joe to act up so that they can get him in trouble. They get the good-looking dude. They start letting him out in exchange for info on the other dude. So he's now selling them out. And then the girl he meets, what you actually used to be a member or was a member of the underground council all along. So he's dating this girl on the outside, and she's like, "No, actually, you're selling your buddies out, but I'm also selling you out."
Yeah.
So it's like,
Yeah, I'm
going
trying to
really
make
bad for
sure.
him.
Yeah. That you don't get back in time for this
Yeah.
particular date.
They let everyone know that nerdy long hair like helped Kyoshi escape by exposing his figure collection.
Oh, dude, come on, that's pretty
Yeah.
funny too. When she starts like riding the fucking figure.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, I don't know if funny is the word, but like it happened.
There's actually a figure of that scene of her riding the little figure.
Cool.
Of course there is, dude.
Yeah. And the best thing they do is the way they punish earlobes.
It's fucking meta, man. The irony.
So funny.
So funny,
It's
dude.
so funny.
Come on.
So the way they punish earlobes, this was actually funny, is they withhold punishment. And he's just wasting away in prison. He just needs to be punished. And they end up luring him into a prison break, which was like kind of fucked. That was like legit torture. Anyways, Kyoshi starts to catch on to the odd behavior, and he like starts to like put this plan together or whatever. And what's going on here?
The plan is to basically
Yeah.
they want to expose like,
Yeah,
this
that's right.
the DTO
Yeah.
or whatever ODT.
That's right. So they're working on a plan. That's right. So they're going to hack the emails for the evidence that they were set up because they're like, there's got to be emails, I guess.
Yeah.
And they end up having like an arm wrestling match as like a
That was a fun
distraction.
one.
Yeah.
That was a fun episode.
A lot of nudity in that one.
Tons.
A lot of nudity.
Yeah.
I walked in, I was like, wow, that's a lot of nudity.
A lot of nudity.
A lot of nudity.
These guys, I said. So episode 10 was called A Bumderful Life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Some of these names are pretty funny, man.
And in this one, they get their last meal because at this point they think they're getting expelled. They get their
Yeah.
last meal. One of the dudes orders crickets. He's fucking losing his mind
Yeah.
for some reason. And they're reminiscing about their time here, like with reverence, because again, in Jay's version of this story, they wanted this. You know what I mean? And they're identifying that the VP, the vice president, almost kind of seems like she'll miss them. So like there's an element here now where we're seeing that like the underground student council is like kind of playing out their fantasies as well. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Maiko, like the vice president,
Yeah.
she's full on dominatrix,
Yeah.
right? Like she's all up and eating that shit.
Yeah. Would have been cool if like that was part of like the character development and we like learned about that instead of just it occurring.
Or if it changed anything about the outcome of the story.
Right?
No, why? Why? You don't need that. It's
Yeah.
just fluff.
Yeah. We passed over something and I forget when it happened, but like at one point the guy, I don't know why the dude Kyoshi and Hana is her name, the piss queen.
Yeah.
Why they're hiding in the nurse's office.
Okay, so
Oh,
basically Kiyoshi was like in the hospital getting like work done, like checkup.
Yeah.
And I think it was for his asshole from the heel
Oh, that's
and
right.
the asshole.
Yeah.
And so then she actually sneaks in and like goes into like his little stall.
'cause she wants
and
to see him pee.
basically like, here's your container.
That's right.
Now you're gonna piss in it.
Yeah.
And then he's just like, I can't. And they like struggle. It's getting very R-wordy in a horrible, scary way.
Yeah.
And then finally, Piss Queen is just like, fine, like we'll take turns. She's like, lay down. I'm gonna piss on you first.
Yeah.
And then you piss in the container.
Yeah.
So then she gets up on top and is literally standing over him. His pants are down. His bare ass is out. Her underwear is off.
Yeah.
She's fully commando.
Yeah.
And she's about to piss on his naked ass.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Chio comes in looking for him.
And they hide under
And
the
they hide
covers.
under the bed. So now she's got no underwear on.
Yeah.
His
He's got
pants
no
are
underwear
down.
down, yeah.
And they're very, very close.
Yeah.
He's a fucking virgin.
Yeah.
So he gets a boner.
Yeah,
And,
and
it
it
goes
goes in.
between her legs.
Yeah, it touches her.
I don't think it goes in,
It
but it
touches it.
definitely goes
Yeah,
between
between
her
her
legs.
legs.
It goes in that.
She clearly says it touched
zone.
it. It touched it.
Right.
Yeah.
That I'm talking about that zone.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
touched
Where
it.
things converge.
Yeah.
And
Clearly.
anytime she
Yeah.
gets like to that escalated point, she like passes out.
Yeah.
And then she
And
passed
so
out.
he also doesn't quite remember. Or no, he
No,
does
he
remember.
does.
He does.
That's right.
He apologizes, but he doesn't
Yeah.
realize that she basically had like an amnesic
Yeah.
reaction to it, and she can't remember. But then she starts piecing it together when she
Yeah.
goes shopping for mushrooms.
Yeah. It's like weird. These mushrooms remind me of passing into the nurse's office, and one of them falls between her legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she all of a sudden remembers, and
Yeah.
she turns murderous.
Yes.
Murderous rage.
Again, another kind of funny part centered around Hana.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was funny.
Actually, a
She is
funny
funny.
character. Yeah. Okay, so instead of withdrawal papers, which they're supposed to sign, because they basically get told by these bitches that they're like, you're out, so sign the papers, you know what I mean, whatever, and we'll file it, and you're expelled forever. Instead of that, they write an appeal to the chairman, and so they get to go in front of him, basically. And again, he's getting caught with porn. Every time you see him, he's getting caught with porn. And he basically reads their appeal, and he's like, you know what, we'll decide this. Are you boob guys or butt guys?
Yeah.
I need to know. And the inner monologue when they're trying to decide how to answer, and they figure, oh, we got to say, and the one guy screams, booties are what we love. And the guy's like, nobody's an ass man who's an ass man can be all bad again,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then he's like, but why are you an ass man?
I have gone through I've traveled the world speaking to so many people.
Yeah.
And they all just say,
Yeah.
just because.
Yeah.
And it's not satisfied.
And
my
he gives this
question.
like intense diatribe about how butts are the original boobs. And
But
then-
how when we walked on all
Those
fours,
boys
that was
are
what was always in front of our face was
yeah.
butts.
Yeah.
And then once we evolved and started standing upright, what was in front of our face? Boobs. Therefore, boobs are just like the butt is like the original boobs,
Yeah.
and that
Yeah.
all life really generates from the butt.
and boobs, boobs are just
Hey.
a secondary,
Yeah.
Yeah.
faker version,
Yeah.
right? Of
Which
the
is
butt.
a crazy stance to take for a show that on two separate occasions made a point of violently stabbing our pro tag in the ass.
butt. Yeah.
Because you also skipped over the ant murder moment
Yeah.
where our homeboy in the
Homeboy,
shadows
yeah.
here ran at them with a fucking sharpened stick, and
Got
Kiyoshi
him right in
jumps
the
in
butt.
front of it and gets stabbed in the asshole again with another bloody mess.
Yeah.
So they keep abusing butts, but then
Yeah.
also praising butts
Yeah.
at the same time.
Yeah.
It's bizarre.
I have a crazy theory that like actually I think that when we're younger it's only boobs because like, you know, you're still closer
Infancy.
to being a child.
Yeah.
And you know, you're breastfeeding and whatnot. And when you're older, you like maybe start to get into butts because now like you're thinking about childbearing and the hips and butts
hips.
is like, you know, a factor in childbearing.
I mean, we are biologically hardwired to that.
That's
degree,
why
right?
I would argue for butts, which I would.
Yeah, but-
in
but-
that circumstance.
Are large breasts not also a symbol
Yeah.
of fertility and child rearing?
yeah, they are as well too.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
just
I can
making
see
sure
I
you're
can
being
see a
fair.
shift from I can see a shift from I want boobs, and I've never thought of a butt before, to
Yeah.
like, oh, actually buts are important.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's interesting.
That's
Yeah.
no.
yeah,
right?
It might just be a you thing.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah, it's probably just a you thing.
Anyways, their expulsion is postponed for 1 day. That's
Yeah.
what this gets them.
But I love when the president has to come and console him because after that monologue.
He gets emotional.
Yeah, the
He gets
diatribe.
emotional about it. Like he just realized some sort of like massive philosophical origin of like, I don't know, the history of man. It's very strange. Anyways, okay, let's get back to this pee situation. So she's obsessed with seeing him pee. They're like locked together in this room. It's part of their plan, right? And Chio's supposed to like find them or something. I don't even care at this point anymore. But anyways, they're locked together in the room. He just like super confident is like, all right, whips it out. He's like, this is how I'm gonna win this. He whips his dick out. And
Yeah,
she
no, it's the girl like trying to make him do all the things again, right?
Yeah,
Like,
but he's saying, I'm going to take control now. That's how I'm
Yes.
going to win.
Well, it's
now.
because he recognizes she's making him do this, but like when she got a glance of his actual dick,
Yeah.
it shook her.
rocked her,
It shook
yeah.
her for a moment.
Yeah, he's like, there's no way she's actually as sexually confident as she seems. I'm
gonna
gonna
push this.
Yeah, I'm gonna push it.
Yeah.
So she whips it out. He whips it out. Sorry, and then she, in a surprising turn of events, also starts stripping down because she's like, I see what he's doing here.
Yeah.
Two can play
They
this
start
game.
playing chicken.
Exactly.
They start
yeah,
playing chicken.
exactly. They do.
Exactly.
But I mean, she's very considerate, considering like she cut the top off the bottle for him and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. So nice.
So considerate.
Yeah.
Anyways, her plan now is she's gonna pee on him while he's peeing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where we are.
Yeah.
And this is all going down, by the way, in the style of like a Dragon Ball Z fight scene situation.
Standoff.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
We get the Medusa vag,
That was
Incredible.
which is hilarious.
Yep.
Obviously, a virgin is gonna he's like, I can't look at it because the thing's on my dick,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I'm gonna get hard.
Yeah.
The bottle's on his
Yeah.
dick, right? And he's like, I'm for sure.
My
gonna...
dick is inside of something right now,
Yeah,
and I'm about to look at her Medusa.
exactly.
Don't call it a Medusa.
Yeah, but he tells her that too. He's like, I can't. I'm hard as a rock. I'm a virgin. What do you think is happening right now?
Yeah.
And so now all this is going down, and now she's like, okay, well, like if I can't pee on him, I'm just gonna sexually assault him.
Full blown, dude.
Offensively.
Full-blown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So her plan is to do all these sexual things because she knows he likes Chio, and she's like, I'm just going to do all the things to you that you wanted to do with her first.
Yeah, I'm gonna take your first kiss.
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And he's like, oh, yeah, well, actually, two can play a vest game too. So now they're just like
Making
playing
out.
chicken with sexual assault.
Taking turns sexually assaulting each
Yeah.
other.
Yeah.
Well, it's
In retaliation.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because she only kissed him, but there wasn't really any tongue. It
He
was
threw
just
his
like
tongue in there.
and then he started making out with her.
Yeah. And I think she comes.
They definitely imply it. They're implying
with the nosebleed and
First ever
everything.
female nosebleed, do you think?
Yeah. No,
definitely
there's
not.
definitely
Oh,
not.
okay.
Yeah. there's-
First I've ever seen.
Actually,
No.
after you, what's he seen?
I think it's definitely heavily implied though that,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
she has a moment.
A moment.
a moment.
Yeah.
She tends to have a lot of those when it gets too far.
Funny, though. She's funny, man.
She is,
That what happens to her is funny.
but it's also
Awful.
awful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
so
I'm totally gonna buy some.
Speaking
really
of
cool
awful, part of the plan too was to have Chio find them, but then Chio and this other girl like run into each other, and the other girl ends up showing up. It's what's his name's girlfriend, right?
Yeah. So she went in as a distraction so
Yeah.
that Shio can get.
And she gets caught.
Yeah.
And she gets caught by Vice President, who's legitimately torturing her by suffocating her with her parts.
vagina.
Yeah.
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 And,
Her
saying,
vulva.
and saying things like, "Twat was that? I can't hear you."
yeah.
maybe in the dub.
In the dub,
Yeah.
that's what she said.
yeah.
But
Pretty funny.
there's also
Pretty funny jokes, Mikey.
fuck you, man.
Comedy- comedy gold.
Comedy gold.
Yeah.
Wow.
But there is also a figure of that
Of course there is.
Yeah.
of her in the
totally.
cat suit.
Okay, so anyways, whatever they were like working on in this whole situation there, whatever their plan was, it kind of like works. And they get one of the dudes had escaped all along, and Chio had took his place. So Chio was dressed as one of the prisoners while all this was going down. And the other guy was like out in school and like they're free. Like they go to talk to the chairman and they're like, no, see, we actually did hack the emails and we did get the documents and we were being set up. And he's like, oh, okay, well, you're free.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's it.
That's it.
You're out of jail.
Yeah.
And then we get an epilogue, basically,
Yeah.
which at the end, they're all kind of happy and interacting with girls, except Joe, who only wants ants.
Yeah.
And the underground student council now has to go to prison.
Yes.
Yes.
Under the care of 3 new girls.
Yeah.
Yes. And they're the actual student councils.
Yeah.
The
Not
above
un-
ground.
The above ground.
The regular,
Not the
Yeah.
underground, the above
the
ground.
above ground, yeah.
Yeah. The above ground actually student
Are they-
council president is a good character design too.
Is she? Are they still going to sexual assault?
Yes.
No, well, probably for sure.
Season
Like,
2 is prison school, but lesbians.
No, they never continued any for the anime.
Okay.
But in the OVA, you get to see a little bit more of them. So like,
I think I saw enough of them.
no, of the above ground
Okay.
student council, and one of them is like this. Kind of looks a little bit like Major Kusanagi but like the version from.
Like the Scarlett Johansson version?
I'm gonna fucking stab you, with this, break this glass on your face.
I would go to that prison school.
No, but anyway, who has like one of those kendo sticks, and like you can see her like cut off their clothes and shit like that.
Pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Also,
cool.
at least two of the new girls, like they end up having like crushes on like the boys and stuff. And,
Okay.
like, they go that like route.
Well, they're like kind of heroes now. Like they're
Yeah.
walking around school like they like are hot shit now.
I just roll my eyes, man. It's just like,
Yeah. Oh, you mean those abusers? These horrible men?
yeah,
Let's hold them in reverence.
truly.
Yeah.
Let's make a whole show honoring them.
Yeah. Look at the corruption they exposed. These horrible people.
Right?
Totally.
Anyways,
Anyway.
that's the end.
That's it.
Oh
That's
my
it.
God.
It's over.
Okay. It's
Thank
over.
fucking God.
I don't even want to ask this.
You know.
George,
You know. Just guess.
I'm gonna say you give it a 2.
You got it. Exactly. Right on.
2?
Yeah, you hit
Yeah?
the nail on the head. Yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
And-
Just only because of like some of the funny scenes with
Some of the
Karate
funny
Girl.
scenes. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, you're done. We're moving on to Jay. Jay, what about you? What do you give this?
3.
3
I'll give it 1 extra point.
For art's
for
sake.
art.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, just because for the art and
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I might have derived a little bit more joy out of the nipples at play.
Yeah.
Just being more of a boob guy than a butt guy as opposed to Jordy's leanings from the sounds of it.
I think like an animated butt is not as attractive as an animated nipple or animated boob. Like for a
Yeah.
butt guy, an animated butt's like
They haven't quite figured that out the way they
Yeah.
have.
there's
with
an
boobs.
uncanny butt valley.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that. Well, I mean, there's more to look at on boobs, right?
sure.
Yeah, there's more going on, like movement wise, your arms, your poses. You can have them in.
What else, Mikey?
Oh, so many great things.
Let's just dish for like 20 minutes on why boobs are so great, Mikey. Go, go.
Yeah.
Go.
Okay, so you know,
He said go.
I know, fucking boob guy over here. I give this actually because I really enjoyed it. I give this a 7.5, 8. Wow. Something like that.
Solid 7.58.
Like a
So we're gonna land
7.58.
at 8 then, or what?
Mid to high tier. That's mid to high tier, Mikey.
That's mid to high tier.
That's holy shit.
Yeah, I thought it was great fun. It's just candy. It's nothing groundbreaking by any means. It's just fun, dumb candy that just, you put it on, you can have a couple giggles at some of the gags, and you get to look at really good anime designs.
And that's all it takes for 8 out of 10, folks.
That's all
That's
you
not,
need.
That's not true.
That's all you need.
That's not true. I have very good discerning taste, but sometimes there's certain animes that aren't supposed to give you that. That's not what this is supposed to give you. If
Well,
it was
Mikey-
trying to give you a good story, it would not get an 8 or a 7.5 or anything in between.
Well, clearly you're in the majority because it's got a 7.6 on my anime list.
Oh, really?
Wow.
So
A bunch of horn dogs out there.
I don't
just
know.
Rating
too
anime.
listen.
Listen, my advice to anybody who rates it that highly: do one of two things. Either go watch some actual hentai, or go touch some grass.
So what does that
Or
say
like
about me?
speak to some real human beings.
I think you need to go watch some actual hentai instead of prison school. That's
But I
that's
do
my
both.
message to you.
I do both.
You don't have to, man.
Why not? I like.
You could double down on the good stuff.
Mikey loves when the stepbrother walks in on the stepsister, and she's like, "Ew, get out of here!" And he's like, "What?"
When Mikey butters his bread, he takes the other slice
Yeah.
and puts margarine on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have best of
Puts
both
it
worlds.
together.
No, he saves the butter one. He eats for like an hour later.
Yes.
Yeah.
Until it gets a little hard,
Yeah.
stale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, I guess I'll eat this butter
Okay,
bread
where
now.
can people find you, Jordy? Actually, you guys can find me at Shmanime Pod on TikTok in the Discord, and we're gonna leave it there.
Maybe
Thanks for
there's a
coming
hair
out.
on the bread now.
Yeah, it's a little
No,
dusty.
no. The
It's a little
hair,
dusty.
the hair comes out of the nipple.
Oh
Yeah.
God, dude.
That one hair on the nipple.
I forgot, dude.
I don't remember.
Well, where
arm
she's arm
wrestling?
wrestling,
Oh,
and she
yeah,
gets
yeah,
distracted
yeah,
because
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
nipple hair.
I remember now.
Anyways. Oh
Anyway,
my
okay.
God, dude. Oh my
Okay.
God, this fucking show.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming out,
Yeah.
guys. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching.
I'm not even gonna tell you where you can find me on this one.
You
Mike,
can
won't
find him
allow
out
it.
reaching in
Mike, you won't allow it.
on Instagram. Jay, where can people find
I'll
you?
be popping around the Discord here and there, and yeah, you can just, I don't know, if you know me, you know me. You find me, you find me.
All right. Thanks, guys. Love you.
Bye.
Watch it.